So let's get right into it. My name is Folu, and I'm here to tell you about how I came out from university, my first degree to be precise, with um, an almost perfect CGPA. The reason why I'm saying this story is because some days ago I was just in my room and I remembered how I went through uni, what I did, and how I could, like, how I was still able to come out with good grade. And it was just so very funny because I would not really say I didn't deserve that, but it was just so reckless. For you to really understand this story very well, I would explain how difficult my school was. So I went to University of Benin Teaching Hospital, and if you know that place very well, it's actually kind of very difficult to get into, very difficult to get through, and very difficult to get out. So because of the course I went to study, I had to go there instead. We go into my own department. We were around 175 in total, and I will not spoil it for you by telling you how many people graduated. But basically, we were 175 that got in, and we were told on the day of what's it called? Is it induction or something like that? That you can only have one F per one session. If you have two F per session, you are going to be promoted to the next level on probation. Then, if you have 3F, you are going back to your daddy's house. Everyone was scared. We were scared, but we really knew what we were getting into because it's a teaching hospital. We really know what we were getting into, and we were like, we can do it. There is no issue. So we got started. We were just in 100 level first semester, and we already had lecturers coming to our classes telling us how nobody has ever passed their course, how nobody has ever had A or even B in their course, and this and that. And they're just building that fear in us and everything. So that first semester 100 level, right? We have some three deadly courses. We had biostatistics, we had anatomy and physiology, and we had, I think it was building construction. But then anatomy was, I think, in first semester. Then the rest two are in second semester. But these 2 semesters make up one session, and you cannot afford to have 3F for one session. If not, you'll be withdrawn immediately. So we had these lecturers come to our class, tell us about how difficult it is. You can't pass their course. The best you can have is probably D, E, C, or something. And they're building this fear. And at the other end, I love challenges so much. I love to be challenged. I love to really stretch myself. So I took it upon myself. I know, see, the thing is, people were scared, but I wasn't really, because I knew I was not going to fail, and I was not going to go back home, right? Maybe the least I could get was probably C or something, but I knew I was not going to fail, like, to the extent of going back home. But then hearing this lecturer talk just, makes me so annoyed. And, like, why do you think there are no students that could really do well in your courses and even, score A or something? They kind of made it like a challenge for me. We've had a series of tests where I think in biostatistics I scored 4 over 20. No, was it 4 or 7? 7 over 20. And I think that was the highest score in class. Highest or second highest. Our lecturer then is so funny. It was so funny what he does. He comes to class with your test script and, calls your matric number. So people just, they just know what you scored, right? So he came to class and he was like, he started calling. I think 9 was the highest score, yeah. One guy scored 9 over 20. Came to the class and was like, okay, this person scored the highest, and we were just saying, okay, let's see. And called the matric number and called 9. We were like, what? If 9 was the highest, then so he called the highest, then followed by me 7. I was like, okay, that's good. People score 4, 3, 2 over 20. Then I think also in anatomy, people were scoring 10 over 20, 9, 8, blah, blah, blah. I think I scored 10 or 12. So this test already made me so scared. I was like, they're actually very real. They're not joking. So I think that test was like was God sent. It really, really like pushed me to do better. I was like, this exam, I told myself I was going to score A. So I must really do well. So I started studying. I started, getting used to everything in my anatomy and physiology textbook and courses and, what's it called, schedule, everything. I went ahead to learn how to draw skeleton, like a whole human skeleton, not just, putting the head in. No, I learned how to label everything in total, everything. Learned how to draw respiratory system, learned how to draw heart, learned how to draw many things. So the exam came, and we had two parts. We had MCQ and we had the theory. So the first one we did was the MCQ. Yeah, it was MCQ, but you have to put the answer, not the one that had options. No, there is no option. You have to just write what answer. Okay, maybe kiniko in the left vertebrate or whatever is called what. You have to just put the right answer. If you miss it or miss the spelling or something, you're out. So we finished MCQ. I scored 19 over 20 because what I do when I'm doing my work at that instant, I know what I scored. I know what I score. So I scored 19 over 20. I just missed one. I think we had 1 hour or 2 hours break to come back and write our theory. Then, we were hearing people say, oh my God, that was so difficult, blah, 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 what is not fair. Okay, I was just there waiting for the theory to come. The theory came. I went into the examination hall. One of the drawings came out. Like, you have options. I think it was 7 questions and you have to choose 5. So you have one option, draw a respiratory system. One of these things I learned to draw, I chose the human skeleton because I was good. This exam came and it was done. Biostatistic 2 came, it was done. Oh, sorry. Biostatistic was the second semester. This first semester was just for anatomy, right? It came and it was done. Then when results came outside, guys, guess what? We did 8 courses for that first semester. I scored 7 A's and 1 C+. And that C+, I can explain. Before explaining why I actually scored C+, I will tell you what C+ is. In our teaching hospital, we have C and we have C+. C+ is higher than C with, I think, 5 marks or something. So it's like C+ is, I think, 60 something. I don't know how they did it, but C+ is higher than C. B+ is higher than B. Then we have the normal A, the normal E. There is no one of those two, either E or D, then straight to F. I think after C+. Okay, after C+, there is D, there is no E. If you cannot score D, you are going to F. The reason why I scored C+ was because we did all our 7 courses and they actually postponed the last one, the one I scored C+ in. They postponed it till around 2-3 weeks time, and I went home. I went to my parents' house. I played it and everything, and I just came back to school with what I thought I know to come write the exam. So I was not really, active like in school while we wrote the exam. So that's why I scored C+. So out of 8 courses, I had 7 A's and 1 C+. When the result came out and people went to board to check their results, they were like, oh, can you go? They saw this matric number that had 7 A's, 1 C+. They wanted to know who this person was, blah, 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 blah. And eventually, they knew it was me. And that was how my matric number casted. They knew it was me, and they were like, because I was just a very common girl in class. I don't talk, I don't have friends, I'm just there, I'm dumb, basically. And, okay. So I went to meet this lecturer that I actually scored A in your exam, and you were the one that really pushed me. So I just told him thank you or something. And he was like, oh, that's nice. To cut it long story short, guys, it went on and on and on like that. 200 level, 300 level, 400 level. 400 level, first semester, we did medical biostatistics. First semester, 100 level first semester, we did normal biostatistics. Now, 400 level first semester, we were doing medical biostatistics, talk about poison, talk about... It kept getting harder and harder, and people kept leaving. So that was about that. And when my final result came outside, I scored 3.71 CGPA of 4. We use 4 in my school, or 4. Then I sent my result to US, to WES for evaluation, and it came out as 3.59 of 4, which is still a first class, right? So that was how I went through uni, 4 years of uni, that was how I went through it. So now, let me tell you my secret. Are you ready? When I was in school, I was this person that there is no party you go to that you will not find me. There is no party whatsoever that's happening anywhere that I am not there. I'm always there. And people always wonder, like, how does she actually do it? So genetically, I have a magnetic brain, right? I just see things once, and they just register in my head already. I don't need to stress. I don't need to do anything. Not even just books, yeah? It's not just books. Everything in life. When you tell me your number ones right now, I'm telling you back straight right away. And it's just so fast. Like, they happen so fast. I have a very magnetic brain. When I see somebody once, I know that person forever. Wherever I see you, I know I'll remember where I saw you. So I realized when I was in like SS3, when I was writing my senior secondary school WAEC, that I actually have a magnetic brain, and I told myself I was going to take advantage of that. So when I got into uni, my first 2 weeks, I confirmed, okay, I have magnetic brain. So I knew what I had to do was not miss class. Be in class, hear the lecturer talk. Because sometimes when, the lectures I had like 5 months ago, I can sit down now and imagine it. And I remember where the lecturer is standing, remember his countenance, his body language, how he was talking, what he said, anything that happened extra, I remember. So I knew that what I had to do was be in class for all my lecture, hear the lecturer talk, register his whole, lecture in my head without really going through the book. And that was what I did. I don't joke with coming to class, even though I will not write anything or something. I just want to see the lecturer talk, hear him speak, hear him, give some example that you will not find in your notes, and they register in my head. And 2-3 months, I would never ever go to that lecture or that book as a whole. I would never go back to it. Then when it's 2 or 1 week to exam, I go back to that book and do revision, to keep my brain fresh. So for that semester, if you're offering up to 8, 9, 10 courses, I use 2 weeks to start reading. If it's just maybe 5 or 6 or 7 courses, I use 1 week. If it's 7, I could just take one on Monday, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. I just go through it, and after I'm done, the next week is exam. I write it, and I am done. I remember one semester, right? We had exam starting on Monday, one particular Monday, and I have a friend that was in other department. Their exam is not starting till the next 2 weeks or something. We started earlier than them. And she had a birthday party. It was her birthday or something, and she wanted to celebrate. There's one place we call Playhouse in Benin. If you know Benin very well, you will know what I'm talking about rather. So She had a party in Playhouse on Sunday, and I had I had a course to write on Monday. That's when my exam is starting for that semester, and I'm like, yo, I must go to this party. There's no party in Benin that I don't go to. I must go to this party. My friend was like, are you sure? You can just, don't worry, go for your exam, blah blah blah. I was like, no, it's not about you right now. It's not about showing up for you. It's about me wanting to be in this party because why? I love to dance. So I actually because in uni then, in teaching hospital, you have to wear a uniform. Every department, has a uniform. Paramedics, occupational therapy, my course, and everybody just have to wear a uniform. I packed my uniform in my bag, everything I needed for my exam on Monday, and I went to this party on Sunday, danced, drank, everything. And when it was 6 a.m. in the morning, I left that place and went to school straight. When I got to school, I went to the toilet to change from party clothes to my uniform, and I just went to one class and went to sleep. I set my alarm for 1 hour, so I wake up by 7, and exam starts by I think 8. So I wake up by 7 and be fresh. One thing I don't do, the day of my exam, I don't bother checking book, reading or anything. It just kind of destabilizes me, just kind of destroy my format and something. So I don't bother going through books on my exam day. One thing I did was, if this course is what I have on Monday, that's probably the last course I would do on Sunday on my revision week. If the one I have last, there's a way I do it that when I do this revision, I don't really need to go back to them. So I went to this class and slept because I got to school by 7 and slept almost 7. I know I slept for 1 hour and I woke up some minute to 8 and my face was swollen, everything. I went to the exam hall and I did well because my style has proved they always work, like it always work. So I don't really need to stress myself. So yeah, that was my secret. That was how I went through uni. I didn't do much of reading, no, because I know people that from the beginning of a semester, you're always finding them in the library. That cannot be me. That's very boring. I have my life to live. So I didn't read too many books when I was in uni. I did not. And that was what worked for me. It really worked for me. And I came out with a very good grade. I still kind of have that mentality. When I still have 2 months to probably do an assessment or something, it doesn't bother me. But you see, 2, 3, or even 1 day to submission deadline, oh my God, that's when you see me running up and down because, I've built this, I'll get it done attitude for a very long time. I left my first degree, that was 6 years ago, and I'm just, coming back for another one now. So I've built this attitude for so long. I've built it over the years until today. It's still haunting me here because things that are meant to spread over 2 weeks, 1 week, or even 3 weeks to do, I'm doing it in a night, 2 or sometimes 2 nights. Well, I don't think it's healthy. Yeah, it's not healthy, but it's been working for me because right now, I am doing well. I have good grades. If I don't flop my dissertation, I'll probably come out with distinction. But if I do flop it, I'll pass. I'll probably pass, but I'm not going to fail, and it's not going to be distinction. So right now, pray I don't flop my dissertation because why? I have not even started. That's one thing I'm saying. That is one point I'm trying to make. I have this submission deadline in April. This is February, and I've not even started chapter 1. So pray for me that I don't flop my dissertation, so I come out with distinction. So, like I was saying, that thing still haunts me till now. I don't get anything done until the deadline because I have this mentality that no matter what, I'll get it done and I'll get it done right. Now, before I forget, we got into my first uni we were 175. 175, right? Guess how many graduated? 38. Right. 38. 175 to 38. So before I decided to travel out, I was saying if I probably have children, I would not allow them to go to that school because it's mentally draining. You know, it's not everybody that will have the 38 people that graduated, yeah. It's not everybody that will have their kind of resilience or something. Like people just break down easily. We have two guys that actually went mental. I'm not joking. If anybody from University of Benin 2018 set is watching this video right now, they can testify. Two persons went mental in my department, then in my own class. While they were doing this course, they had to transfer them out of the course. So I was saying, if I have children in Nigeria, they are not going to go to that school because it is not worth it. I don't know if they would have my kind of strength, my kind of resilience to go through all this, mentally challenging situations. So that was what I said. And I don't know how it is now. I don't know how difficult it is now. I don't know if they've, relaxed a bit or something. But my set, what I went through then, what other people went through, it was a lot, a whole lot. And from 175, just 38 graduated. To even think this school made me do every course. There is no course I did not do. There is no course at all in this world that I did not do. I did anatomy, I did biochemistry, I did building construction. Oh my God. Building construction. I did fine art. There is no course I did not do. For the course of that 4 years, there is nothing I did not do. There is no course I didn't do. Everything. So, but then I'm here. So I'll just advise you that know what works for you, right? Know what works for you, because then others too want to be like, okay, yeah, if she can party, I can. You might be somebody that probably forget things after you have been told, right? So just know what works for you. The fact that someone here is doing something does not mean when you do it, you'll be successful at it, right? So know what works for you. I don't go to night class with my friends until 1 week or 2 weeks, for example. But they're always there before even exam period. So one thing I would just say, know what works for you. And when you do not ever depart from it. Build on it and, make it your strength. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of my story and I am going to sleep. But before I go, please don't forget to like, comment, engage and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Support this little girl, please. All right? I'll see you in my other videos. Bye.